Hello and welcome as I try to blaxplain what happened in week 2 of the third iteration of short circuits. We are welcomed back for week 2 by the Monitor, who brings fans more gifts. The weather dial continues to be high in week 2. We see 13 peanut reactions, but no more appearances from the mini-shelled one. There were 8 feedbacks, but some players simply refused to move teams, leaving only 3 of those feedbacks actually occurring. This confusion continues with Night Shift, as we see 2 players attempt to clock in, but only 1 succeed in replacing their teammate. Even more dramatically, we see 4 incinerations, but the first 2 players, despite having replacement players hatched, stubbornly remained on their team's roster. League-wide confusion continued as the features of this short circuit increase, with all teams being placed into party time well ahead of the postseason. The ticker had some questions too, mostly about the title belt. After the mid-season fiesta got cancelled last week, the Monitor awarded the title belt to the Moist Talkers, which according to the rules, they must now defend every 4th game of the season. If they are defeated in that match, the title belt passes to the opposing team. In the very first title match, the Moist Talkers are defeated by the Tacos, who take the title belt from them. However, the Moist Talkers don't really feel like giving up the title belt, and after this match, somehow, both the Tacos and Moist Talkers are in possession of a title belt. In the next title belt match, the first belt passes to the Sunbeams. The season proceeds, with only 1 belt being defended at a time, but 2 belts in existence. Belt 1 should have passed to the Tacos on day 160, but the Sunbeams refuse to give it up. This happens again on day 168, when the Pies should have taken the belt, but the Sunbeams keep it, until day 196, when they are beaten by the Stakes and finally relinquish the belt. The Stakes keep it until day 216, when the Lovers win the belt. Meanwhile, Belt 2 stays with the Moist Talkers until day 136, when the Crabs win it from them. They have it for just 4 days before the Mechanics take it. On day 152, the Mechanics should lose the belt to the Dalle, but they decide to copy the Sunbeams and refuse to give it up. They hang on to it until day 180, when the Lovers win it from them. It passes to the Crabs on day 200, and then on to the Dalle on day 208. It is at this point that the Commissioner finally weighs in on the confusion, stating that before the postseason, the belts must unify. Thus, the final title match is between the 2 current holders of a belt, the Lovers and the Dalle. On day 220, we see the belts unify, and the Miami Dalle become the title belt holders. After all that, the Dalle end up in the postseason, with the Flowers, Worms, Breathmints, Magic, and the Wild Wings, Firefighters, Georges, Shoe Thieves, and Sunbeams. It is the Worms, Breathmints, Wild Wings, and Shoe Thieves who go through to play for the league titles, seeing the Wild Wings and Breathmints take those, to make it to the final, despite closely fought series. But it is the Breathmints who are crowned series champions. Elections continue to occur across the season, with the mix of blood the Monitor promised being blood blessings. These 4 blood types are available 4 times and granted to 1 player on a team. There was also a final item up for grabs, before a return to the Short Circuit Classic, Charge, as teams choose 1 more player from each team to charge the microphone. After the final election, the Monitor appeared once more to kick everyone out of the party, before noticing the microphone was on low power mode and attempting to reset it. The microphone tried to tune, but found only tumbleweed sounds. Its broadcast was then interrupted to announce that Blaseball would return in the next era, making this the final short circuit. Thank you for joining me for another Blaxplanation. I'll be back with more Blaseball fun and facts soon, but until then, rejoice, play ball.